Hey, how's it going? Otaku Mike here. Let's talk about Wolverine issue 1. Let's get into this. So, Wolverine issue 1 starts off in the wilderness of Canada with these wolves running through the snow, and they have a new pack member, which is Logan, aka Wolverine. And we come to find out after the events of Krakoa, the fall of Krakoa, Wolverine has basically sort of exiled himself to the wilderness of Canada, and he has cut off all contact with the X-Men moving forward. He really just wants a place to himself, and he wants like a family and friends with really no strings attached. Because he really feels like he can't trust the X-Men, Charles, anyone really at this particular moment because of what happened in Krakoa. Little does Wolverine know somebody from his past is actually looking for him. His former teammate from the Weapon X project named Cyber. We don't really know exactly what Cyber wants at this point, but he is definitely looking for him, and he's creating a lot of chaos out in the wilderness by killing a bunch of people. He also ends up killing Wolverine's new pack of wolves, which is so sad. Wolverine ends up finding out somebody else is actually looking for him as well. His former teammate, NIGHTCRAWLER. NIGHTCRAWLER wants to check on him and make sure he actually comes back to the X-Men because the X-Men need him as a leader. And Wolverine's like, no, I'm not a part of that. I'm not getting into that anymore. I just want a place to myself to be quiet. While they're talking, they hear a scream. They rush off to check out what it is. Kurt and Wolverine actually find these campers. I guess they're campers or hunters. They don't really know what they are. But they find one of them brutally murdered, and the campers basically blame Logan for what happened to their friend. While this is all going on, somebody actually takes a shot at Nightcrawler, almost killing Nightcrawler. It almost gets him in the head, and kind of grazes his head, and which sends Wolverine on the hunt for Cyber. Wolverine actually does end up finding Cyber, and a fight ensues. And we actually find out, well, if you know who Cyber is, you know that his skin is made of adamantium, or it's laced with adamantium. And Wolverine and Cyber both fight each other, and with the screeching and scratching of the adamantium, something is actually woken up in the Canadian wilderness. It's this blob of orb of like gold liquid metal. You don't really know what it is or whatnot. This new entity is awakening, and during the fight, Cyber plays to Logan's human side, and he's like, "Hey, your friend, he's probably not doing so well. You might want to go check on him." And which actually gets Wolverine to get up off of Cyber because Logan almost killed him. He actually took his eye out. He took his other eye out, actually, because in the past, he took his eye out as well, so he has like no eyeballs, you know. Luckily, Nightcrawler is okay, and at the end of this book, we see Cypher actually going into this cave, and he starts hearing voices, and this metal gold blob thing, he actually attaches itself to Cyber, and he gets like this gold skin, and he's like, we need to get all the false adamantium, and that's where this first issue ends. So let's take a look at the artwork in issue 1. I love the cover because it very much pays homage to Wolverine's first solo series, where he's on the body of like dead people, like I think like ninjas or whatever, like when he was Patch. That was really cool. Now he's on the bodies of he's on a bunch of adamantium skeletons, is what it looks like. But this oh my god, the artwork is so like beautiful. Like I love the way they draw Wolverine. It's just so good. And like, I mean, I was surprised that Cyber was in this, to be honest. He's not my favorite. But I mean, so with Sabretooth gone, who are you really gonna have as the big bad guy for Wolverine now? But you know, here we get some scenes where Cyber is being accosted by these some kind of like police force or something, where they're looking for Wolverine. They're looking for a naked man running around, actually. and he actually takes him out and kills him in a pretty brutal fashion. Cyber's kind of a dick. And here's Kurt. Kurt's looking for his friend, and he actually ends up, like, Wolverine comes upon him and actually goes after him because he thinks that Nightcrawler killed his pack, but I don't understand why he didn't notice that it was Nightcrawler at first. Like, it was really weird, to be exact. I love the interactions with Nightcrawler and Wolverine. They were really good. Like how, like, what do you consider like a friend or a foe, or, what actually is family? I love their discussion they have while Wolverine is practically naked, and then Kurt actually hands him his costume and gets into actually Wolverine mode, I guess you could say. He gets his old costume back. This was actually probably one of the best parts of the issue, which was the fight with Cyber and seeing them like interact with each other, and like their discussions that they had. They obviously have like some pretty serious history, and like Cyber treated Wolverine like really bad when he was younger, when he was a part of like Department H and stuff like that. But yeah, this fight scene was really awesome. I love this fight scene. It was just very well drawn, and I love the panel layout that they had going on. It was very easy to read the fight going forward. And when we get towards the end, where we see Cyber, um, licking his wounds and whatnot, and this is what we get. This is what I was talking about, how he becomes basically like, has like gold skin, which I wonder if it's like some kind of new adamantium they have that we haven't really discovered in the Marvel Universe. Oh boy, this first issue was so crazy. I really didn't know what to expect getting into this. The last Wolverine ongoing series that I read was Wolverine Origins. That was probably like a decade and a half ago, or 2 decades ago. I haven't been up to date on my X-Men. I kind of know a little bit here and there what happened in Krakoa, but I wasn't 100% sure. But I like the direction this is going, because it left me with the mystery of what exactly is this new metal symbiotic thing that they got going on, and why does it want to destroy all the adamantium and the people who hold on to the adamantium, which is really interesting. I feel like this book really captures like the essence of Wolverine and his personality and stuff. It's very well written. I like the fact that Nightcrawler shows up, because whenever Wolverine and Nightcrawler get together, it's always going to be a fun time. The action was fast-paced and very, very violent as well, I feel like. But yeah, this was a very good start to an issue 1. It left me with a lot of questions that I had. Like, what the heck's going on? Why is Cyber there exactly? Like, what was his original mission, going forward? Cyber is not really one of my favorite Wolverine villains, but I felt like he actually was a threat in this particular first issue. Like, their fight was pretty like knock down, drag out type of fight. But I have to say, if you're interested in getting into a Wolverine series, ongoing series, this one is actually pretty good. I did have a lot of questions, but it's Wolverine. We all have questions about Wolverine. But yeah, is well crafted. It's a quick read, and it's just a lot of fun. I definitely recommend this. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think about this? Let me know. Have you picked it up? Are you not picking it up? Comment down below. What do you think of Wolverine #1?